let's go through the trade. The Bucks, of course, receive Damian Lillard. The Blazers receive Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, to Tormani Karamer? Camera? I don't.
Yeah, no,
I
yeah, I
can't
don't know how
say.
to say his name.
I can't say this guy's fucking
Tumani
name.
Kamara.
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 There you go. Not the real Alvin Kamara, but 2029 first round pick and 2 pick swaps. And then the Suns receive Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nazir Little, and Keon Johnson. So, reactions, Max. Initial reactions.
Man, I'm genuinely shocked because we live in an era, one where if you want to get traded and you have a destination, you get there.
Yeah.
And I would have thought Damian Lillard doing what he did for the organization of Portland would have kind of got his wish in that matter, even if it meant taking a little less. I believe we talked about this in prior videos, talking about you try to do them right, but I'm just shocked by Portland. I'm glad for Portland the organization because like they just did what teams should do. It's kind of worry about themselves and kind of like say f the players' remarks. Now, if the packages were similar and I'm the GM, I'd do right by my guy. But if it was like, oh, we're offering you Tyler Hero and here's a first, where's your Dame? Like, nah, you made the right decision. You got two quality pieces, Drew and DeAndre. The 2029 first round pick, depending on what Giannis does, it might be valuable, might not be. But at the end of the day, I love the trade for pretty much everyone involved. Phoenix didn't really do much. They got a couple more NBA players on their team. They got what four guys who can play now
Yeah.
instead of just having DeAndre Ayton, which I think helps them in the long run.
Yes.
And that's my initial thoughts, Juan.
Yeah.
And I know I can't see you right in this minute, so just like show me, just tell me.
Well, look, I love the fact that the Bucks got Dame. I like the fit better than what we seen from the Heat side, like their sides of trades. But Phoenix getting off of DeAndre Ayton, I think that's pretty huge because they were taking so long with this trade since last year. Everyone was saying the Pacers maybe, Pistons were thrown out there for a little while. They finally got off of them. They got some depth that they absolutely need. And then on the Blazer side, nothing crazy, but it sounded like no one was going to give them something crazy for Damian Lillard. I think you got to kind of take your losses and be like, hey, we
I
got Drew
mean,
Holiday. We
what do
can.
you really expect to get for him though? Like, what do you
Well,
expect to get? Like,
some people were saying like, hey, maybe they should wait out. Like there was that Toronto like rumor that four picks in it and OG Ananobi and Scotty Barnes. Like I don't know how true this was, but those were the rumors that I was hearing. And for them to get Drew Holiday, a legit player, they can still compete for this year. Because they still got some dudes. They got Shaden Sharp. They got a couple other rookies that they drafted. Like, they're ready to go. Like, you can pick them to make the playoffs this year, the Blazers. They don't suck.
no, they absolutely don't want. And I think it comes down to this isn't a regular season trade. Like this move is to get them back to winning an NBA championship. One, I just went and pulled up the stats. One for all the things Drew Holiday was great defender. Obviously, they're going to miss him on that side.
Yeah.
In 23 games in the finals run, he shot 40% from the field, 30% from three. And I don't know if I know I remember, I'm sure you do, but maybe for like the casual fan who doesn't really remember, there were some really horrific playoff games with Drew Holiday, like
Yeah.
8 for 21 shooting, you know, 0 for 10 from three. He averaged 17 a game, but he damn near took 17 shots to get it. And you're getting a guy in Dame that has just been one of the best postseason performers in recent memory. For all his shortcomings, you're going to get high level 3-point shooting. You're going to get a maybe not the playmaking of Drew Holiday, but Dame's no slouch in that regard. But I think the build like he's going to space the floor better than Drew, and he'll probably have the most efficient season of his life because One, he's the second slash third best player on their team, and obviously they're still going to run through Giannis because why
Yeah.
wouldn't you? He's young. He's a force. He's going to draw double teams, and it's different kicking the ball out to Dame Lillard versus Drew Holiday. And
Yeah.
I didn't talk about this one. The ball in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go is in his hands. It's
Yeah,
in his hands.
that's huge.
And that's different than Drew Holiday. That's different than Chris Middleton. This is a clutch performer that they haven't had.
Because Giannis is just not that guy. We all know that. He's not that guy as far as last second, they need a three, like forget about it. They're going to go to Chris Middleton. And Chris Middleton, let's just be honest, this last year, it looked bad. He was coming off that injury. He was not himself. Obviously, they're not quitting on him yet because, they're planning on playing with him with the future with this whole Dame and Giannis team. But it just reinsures you for those late game situations. There's no question who the ball's going to go to. It's going to go to Dame, who's one of the best closers. And to me, it's reminiscent of a Jimmy Butler trade with the Sixers a couple years ago. How maybe he's not going to have a big impact during the regular season as far as stats wise. Like they're still going to run through Giannis, like you said. But to have that closer during game 6, game 7 on the road, and you need this guy to either heat up or take that last shot, Dame is who you fucking want. And that's all you can ask for, bro.
No, he's not the same Dame of 4 years ago, 3 years ago. He's been through some stuff. He's 33. But the way he plays the game, it's going to age good. He's not a guy who's just solely athletic. Like, yeah, he's sneaky athletic, but his game was based on the shooting. And his shooting, I don't think's really declined much, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And for a Damian Lillard fan, say you're, Rip City, you love him.
Yeah.
He's never been in a good basketball situation. And I mean by this, he's not playing next to CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
He's not playing next to Munchkin point guard number 2.
Yeah.
He's playing next to a legitimate all defensive team member, defensive player of the year in Giannis, defensive player in Brook Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
It's really built for him to not have to worry about, oh shit, they're going to pick on me. And they will. They'll hunt him in the playoffs like every team does. But he's not outmatched. Like, yeah, it's finally nice Dame Lillard has a backcourt or front court help to kind of just hide him off ball and not worry about him. Now, they have to address the shooting guard position because they traded Grayson Allen 2-1.
Yeah.
But you can find it. Wesley Matthews, somebody will just do the dirty work, shoot threes, not do much. This is a really good team one. We agree Budenholzer deserved to get fired. And I have one question. Would you rather include a Middleton if you were a Bucks fan than Holiday? Part of me's like, if you're worried about the knee, yeah, throw a Middleton. But if the knee's good, I'd rather have Middleton than Drew for this team.
You see, that's a good question because you would love to be a fly on the wall when this deal is going down on like who they prioritize. It's one of those
two guys, right?
Yeah. My thinking though,
you don't want Brook Lopez because maybe they want Drew because he's younger and he's got trade value. Because Drew's gone, he's not staying there. Like whatever, who cares? Why would he stay there?
It could be a Chris Paul situation though, where you think they're gonna trade him and they wind up keeping him.
But difference is one, Drew Holiday's nowhere near at the level Chris Paul was in those. Like he's 34, Chris Paul. He was 34. He was kind of washed. I mean, I don't want to say washed up, but he had kind of run his course. Really, it was like his 5th team. Drew Holiday's like 4th team, but like his stock, I would still say is a top 30 player in the NBA. Like how old is Drew Holiday right now? 30? If that.
At least. I wouldn't be surprised though, Max, if he stays on the Blazers.
Drew Holiday's 33. Yeah, wow, I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays on the Blazers, Max, and they run it with him. Like, would you be that surprised if the Blazers got like the 4th seed?
Yes, absolutely. They're going to be bad next year. I think what you do is you try to rehabilitate Ayton's value, and then you try to trade him too, or you keep him into the future because DeAndre Ayton can't be much older than 23, 24. But I'm off with ages today, so I don't know. I'm kind of scared right now.
But as far as picking
25
25. Yeah, he's young as shit.
Been in the league 6 years.
That's crazy. That's insane. as far as the Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday thing goes, I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Middleton was thrown as the first option, as the Bucks wanting to get rid of him and wanting to keep Drew Holiday and have that, guard combo, the guy that can play defense and then the other guy that can play offense, like best of both worlds. But who knows? We'll never know. They traded Drew Holiday. They kept Middleton. Big risk, regardless, keeping those guys, one or the other, because one's old and the other one is coming off an injury. Didn't look too good last year. And let's just be real with Drew Holiday. Another thing to throw in there, he got fucked up by Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. Like, I can understand anyone else getting fucked up, but it's like, dude, we brought you here to play defense and you're getting done up by Jimmy Butler pretty bad.
I
that was
agree,
part of it.
I think Drew Holiday is made for not Jimmy Butler. He's made for guys like Dame. You want him to chase the small ball handlers. You need a big guy on, like, you need a Vanderbilt.
And
someone Jimmy just can't smack up like Munchkin eyes.
Yeah, let's give them credit this way though. They won a championship. They got the most out of them that 1 year with the defense.
Oh yeah, it already worked.
Yeah, it already worked. I'm just talking in regards of last year, but Dame on the Bucks, man. I'm gonna say, if they were at would you consider them a 7.5 before this trade? Does it move? How much does it move the needle for them?
I would say it moves it like a 0.5. But I'm also curious to know how their coach is gonna just change stuff. Like, it's very interesting to me, like, Budenholzer leaving, because there were so many times where we were like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
what are we doing right now? So I want to see Adrian Griffin. If I see a well-oiled machine, I might be like, oh, this really could help out.
Well, yeah,
Giannis. The game's offense now. It's like you can play defense all you want, but you can't really play defense.
One thing that bugs the shit out of me, and I know it bugs you, I think we've definitely talked about this, is Giannis needs to get his ass on the defensive end and guard the best player and stop with this whole roaming shit. I think when there's certain times in the game, put him on the best player. Huh? That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping it's coaching. Because I'm pretty sure Giannis doesn't have a problem guarding the best player, but he's a coach's guy. So we'll see.
What can you do?
Another thing to bring up before we move on, Dame going to Milwaukee. I mean, they are trading him there. There ain't shit there. Is that gonna affect him at all? Is he gonna be pissed off with this, or is he just a team guy?
I think the taste of winning will quickly solve him not going to Miami. I would say, if you asked me, and I don't know, maybe Dame didn't want to go to Milwaukee, I bet he was like, damn, like, Milwaukee, the Heat just went to the finals. They're close.
Right.
Then you're like, oh shit, the Bucks. Well, I like Giannis. I like Chris Middleton. We have two All-Stars. I like the Bucks situation for him for winning more than the Heat.
True. It's just going to be weird, man. You always got to throw the human element into it. And it's like, you are going to be living in Milwaukee. How long are you going to... Like, he's a big city guy for the most part.
Winning hell. Oh, yeah. Is Portland a big city?
I would say it's a bigger city than Milwaukee. Yeah.
Well, Milwaukee and Wisconsin.
Yeah, exactly. The Wisconsin. But I'm excited to see it, man. Big blockbuster deal. DeAndre Ayton, get your shit together. You got your wish. You're out of Phoenix. I am excited to see what he does in this situation, whether he stays on the Blazers or gets moved again. I think I'm going to disagree with Max. I think the Blazers are better than people think, and I wouldn't be surprised that they're 4 all the way down in the playoffs for seed-wise. I think they got a lot of young guys. You throw in DeAndre Ayton and Drew Holiday into the mix. I think you're working with something. Is a championship? No. And they're in the middle. I understand that. But don't sleep on the Blazers, man. Anything else on this trade, Max?
No, I think we hit it all. I was shocked that it was Milwaukee. I like it. Push your chips on the table.
Yeah.